For many years their lives went by, living in peace and calm life.
Then the king met a lady and made her his wife.
This could really change my life.
She wasn't wrong, it changed a lot.
This woman certainly was not the sort of mum who hugs her daughter and gives her all the
so very vain.
She thought that she should be the main
Attraction round the palace.
As if Snow White, she was quite jealous.
In her room, a mirror hung,
and to it every night she sung.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, it certainly isn't. Oh, Queen, you're the fairest.
Well, the mirror must have been stupid or lying.
Either that, or it was being kind.
And every night out it rang.
Oh, Queen, you're the fairest of them all.
This pleased her a lot, as you can believe.
at her age beauty was hard to achieve.
As Snow White looked very prettily,
The queen began to get very jittery.
and then came the day she started to dread.
Listen to what the mirror said.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, it certainly isn't you, O Queen. You're over the hill, a real has-been. Do you want a beautiful sight, then look at your stepdaughter, Snow White.
Well, talk about angry, she went berserk.
She ranted and raved, and then went to work.
Bring me a huntsman!
She shouted with rage.
Now your wage isn't good. How would you like to improve it?
Most certainly.
He replied,
Well, come in, shut the door. I want you to go a very long way into the forest. Take more than a day. And with you won't be alone. With you, Snow White will go, but she won't come home.
Why? Where shall I leave her?
He asked in surprise.
Deep in the forest, for that's where she dies.
But if I do that, then I'll go to jail.
No. Well, say she got lost. Now, before you go, remember, you must bring me a heart. And don't try to fool me. That wouldn't be smart.
The Queen told Snow White she must go on a visit.
to see her relation, she was keen not to miss it.
They journeyed all day far into the wood.
Can we stop now?
Asked Snow White.
I'd like some food.
Now was the moment the huntsman had ready.
But if he did what the Queen had asked, he'd never again be able to sleep. Then lo and behold, he spied a dead sheep.
He cut open the sheep and removed its
Yeah.
Said Snow White.
Wouldn't you prefer apple tart?
The huntsman told Snow White what Queen had planned.
She shook and she cried as he took her hand.
Now, don't you go worrying. I'm not going to do it. So eat your apple pie and make sure you chew it.
After their picnic, they said their goodbyes.
Whatever shall become of me?
Poor Snow White sighed.
When the huntsman had gone far down the track,
She thought,
I suppose that I'll never go back. My father will miss me. He'll think I'm dead. But I'd better be practical and find me a bed.
she wandered along toad this way and that.
She saw squirrels and rabbits and just as the sun was beginning to set, she turned round the corner and there, yes, you guessed,
There was a cottage. What a surprise!
she really couldn't believe her eyes.
What a dear little house!
Sleep with delight.
Now I know I shall be all right. There's no one around. And but I'm so sleepy. If I don't go to bed now, I'll come over all weeping.
and with that she entered the little narrow leave, because it's the end of her bad work time. Act 2. Well, back to the cottage. Picture the scene.
Snow White is sleeping, having all serene.
But out in the forest, a dam starts to grow, rather like a entered the cottage and got quite a fright.
Just then she woke up and let out a shriek.
He trembled and squeaked.
Oh, please don't hurt me. I mean no harm. I was tired and hungry. Please don't be alarmed. Is this your cottage? It's really cosy. What are your names? Am I being too nosy?
We'll tell you our names,
Said one of the men.
but first will you tell us where you found our den?
So Snow White recounted her terrible day.
And told of the Queen and her wicked ways.
But that's simply awful, really unjust. Then I must say you can stay here with us. Oh, thank you so much. My name's Snow White. Please tell me all your names.
Yes, all right.
The first dwarf stepped forward.
I'm sleepy.
He said.
In fact, I'm really ready for bed. I'm sneezing and I'm cold, I'm best.
And had you been told I'm really the best. Oh, don't say this.
I'm happy by nature and by name, and I'm always ready to love. The gorgeous pink man from under his hat.
I'm bashful.
And that was that.
Before he came forward, he looked really shy.
I don't. Anyone told me don't, but I don't know why.
The next dwarf looked angry, really quite cross.
I'm grumpy,
He growled.
and I want to be boss. Go on, don't be silly.
Seventh dwarf said.
My name is Dot, and I am the head.
They made Snow White welcome, and they all had some tea.
And when they washed up, she said,
Now, let's see. If I'm going to stay here, I must earn my keep. I'll cook and I'll serve, and the floor.
Oh, thank you.
Said Dog.
That would be handy.
Yes. Happy said.
That would be dandy!
And with that they went off to bed for the night. Far away in the distance could be seen a faint light.
It was the Queen's room. She went to bed late.
and tonight of all nights, she could hardly wait.
To speak to her mirror, she thought Snow White was dead.
The huntsman had come back and to her had said,
Here is the girl's heart. Take it as proof that I am telling the truth.
wow, what a fibber, but we'll let him off. He's very nice man. He's got a back.
Well, back to the mirror. She thought she was safe.
It would tell her she had the prettiest face.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Can't you take a hint? I've told you before. Why do you bother to ask any more? Your old and your past it are real live wrinkly. Your face looks like a map, so lined and crinkly. The fairest of all is still the same, and I've already told her her name. She lives in the forest, in a cottage bright. With 7 dwarves lives the fair Snow White.
What? What can this mean? That heart must have been a trick brought back to fool me. He can't do this to me. I can't think straight. My head's in a whirl. Maybe I need to have plans to find this girl. Maybe I'll be an old lady and bring her cake for her tea. Or maybe an apple, all shiny and red. I'll fill it with poison, and then she'll be dead.
So let's draw the curtain and have a quick rest. That's great. When he had saw the fair Snow White,
She was safe in the cottage. Tucked up till the night.
As the sun rose next morning, she opened the doors
And looked in the light at all that she saw.
the dwarfs had breakfast did, set off for work, with hammers and ropes to help in their search.
Where are you going? What do you do? It looks so exciting. Can I come too?
It wouldn't be safe. It's dangerous at times, down underground, for people mines.
No, you must stay here, but don't go outside. Keep safe in the cottage. There you must hide.
She may try to find you, that horrible queen. She'll come ask you questions to find where you've been.
Oh, all right.
There's no right.
But it seems rather boring. I wanted to go to the forest exploring. But don't worry, I won't. I'll stay and be good. I'll clean up the cottage and cook everything.
So they said their goodbyes,
Bye.
and the dwarves went away.
It's off to work we go. With shovel and pick and a walking stick. I hope.
When they had gone, she could see them.
She soon set to work and got on with her chores. She dusted and polished and made the house clean, when a knock at the door almost made her scream.
She called through the door.
Who is it? Who's there?
It's just an old woman.
What are you saying?
Come out and see.
No, I'm not allowed. I must stay inside, you see.
But the sun's shining. It's a lovely day. I think you should come out to play.
I wish that I could, but I'm far too afraid. And the dwarves made me promise that I wouldn't stray.
Well, why have they done this? What is your name?
My name is Snow White, and this isn't a game.
Your name not Snow White. I bet that you're pretty. Just look at the goodies I brought from the city.
I would love to see them, but I really don't know.
Well, stay in the house and look out the window.
So Snow White opened the window wide.
The basket was lifted, and she looked inside.
All manner of things she found were there. Toys and jewellery, ribbons for her hair.
But I have no money, I can't buy a thing. Although I really would love this ring.
Never mind, dearie. Let me give you a present.
Oh, that's very kind, but I couldn't.
It's just an apple, all bright and red. Take a bite.
Dwarves had said
About hiding inside and not being seen.
that this woman was obviously not the queen.
Overcoming temptation, she sank in her teeth. Not knowing what danger was lurking beneath, she hardly had time to take her first bites.
When she suddenly collapsed and fell.
The wicked queen was overjoyed.
That'll be what a relief.
Dexter wiped the blood on the floor, and no one else came to the door.
Until at last the dwarves returned.
Counting out the money they all earned.
They noticed the window was wide open.
All together, they rushed inside.
There they were, overcome the grief. What they found was beyond belief.
They saw the apple upon the floor.
And drew their own conclusions from that.
They wept, they cried, they sobbed, they sighed. They built a coffin, laid out a cloth.
And laid it carefully on the grass.
They said their goodbyes and then drifted away.
But they asked if the animals, if they stay.
Later that day came a horse.
I am a prince from far, far away. I have travelled a long, long way.
The dwarves told the prince about Snow White and explained how the queen had turned out her light.
They lifted the coffin lid and stroked her skin.
The prince bent over and kissed her chin. She looked at the prince and thought, they helped her up and told her what had happened. She smiled and said,
I seem to have forgotten all that took place in the cottage today. Pray tell me, sir, how you came this way.
Prince explained and stood by her side.
Please marry me. Will you be my bride?
well, that wraps it up. Yes, one more year. And we hope you all have a Merry Christmas time.
Stuff I think my heels are too long.